Hello everyone, welcome to Conquer Learning, the YouTube channel for Padai Exam Prep. I am Lakshmi Kushwaha, your educator for Human Resource Management, Industrial Relations and Labor Welfare. Well, today's session is not about labor welfare. We would be studying paper 1 today. So I have planned to take a series where we would be doing the PYQ series for paper 1. In this series, we would be going through the latest exams which have been conducted, and in this session, I would be discussing the questions with the answers, with the solutions, with the detailed explanation, right? So without any delay, let's start the session. So paper 1, as you know, consists of 10 units just like paper 2, and there are different units: teaching aptitude, your research aptitude, communication, IT, people and environment, and so on. So in PYQs we would be doing the questions randomly and trying to cover as many units we can with the detailed explanation. Obviously I will give you the detailed explanation for the same. For the PDFs, you can always join my Telegram group. The details are given in the description, where you can find the PDF for this detailed solution of this PYQ. Fine. So let's start with the first question. So this question is from the unit teaching aptitude. Question is, which of the following are not the characteristics of teacher-centered methods of teaching? So teacher-centered methods of teaching. Students are passive learners. Teachers act as a facilitator for learning. Teacher directs learning activities. Learning is based on collaboration between the students. Learning is based on the student interest. So your 5 statements are given. Out of this 5, you have to identify which of the following statements are correct related to teacher-centered methods of teaching. So you can pause your video for a few seconds and answer this, and after that you can check your answer. Okay, so the answer for this is option number 3. Teachers act as a facilitator. Teacher learning is based on the collaboration between the students, and learning is based on the student interest. So when we talk about teacher centered method, these all characteristics are not something which is belonging to teacher centered method. There are two kinds of teaching or two methods where teaching can be imparted on the students. See, when I am teaching you something, so there are two ways. Either the one way where I keep on narrating the stories, I keep on giving you the you can say lecture on certain topic. This is the way where I control you, the content as well which is I am providing you, I keep on directing you. तो टीचर सेंटर्ड इज वेरी ओल्ड मॉडल. ये जो है ना बहुत पुराना तरीका है टीचिंग का, जहाँ पे टीचर इटसेल्फ इज रिस्पॉन्सिबल टू गिव द इंफॉर्मेशन एंड स्टूडेंट्स आर जस्ट पैसिव लर्नर. वो पैसिव लर्नर होते हैं, वो सुनते हैं, उसको समझते हैं और उसके बाद में प्रोसेस करते हैं इंफॉर्मेशन को. सो दैट इज योर टीचर सेंटर्ड. वेयर एज इसका अपोजिट जो होता है वो है लर्नर सेंटर्ड या स्टूडेंट सेंटर्ड. इस लर्नर सेंटर्ड या स्टूडेंट सेंटर्ड मेथड में जो लर्निंग प्रोसेस है वो एक डिस्कवरी है. क्यों डिस्कवरी है? द रीजन इज यहाँ पे स्टूडेंट्स आर एक्टिव. दे आर एक्टिव टू लर्न द थिंग्स. दे हैव द एबिलिटीज टू इंटरप्रिटेट द इंफॉर्मेशन. सो स्टूडेंट्स या लर्नर सेंटर्ड मेथड के अंदर में जो स्टूडेंट्स होते हैं वो कोलैबोरेटिवली टीचर्स के साथ में इंटरेस्ट दिखा के या कोलैबोरेटिवली उनके साथ इंटरेक्ट करके स्टडी पे फोकस करते हैं या कंटेंट पे फोकस करते हैं. राइट, सो लेट्स रीड आउट सम कंटेंट अबाउट दिस. सो टीचर सेंटर्ड इज द ओल्डर मॉडल दैट यूजेस लर्निंग एज अ प्रोडक्ट ऑफ ट्रांसमिशन. सो व्हाट इज ट्रांसमिटेड? Learning. Now specifically if I talk about learning, if I have to define learning, learning is something which is permanent, which brings a permanent change in your behavior. See, learning will happen only when you inculcate those things in yourself. Just going through, just you have listened to it, it's not the learning. So learning is something which has to bring the permanent change in your behavior. It is something which you have to imply in your life, right? So teacher transmit knowledge, information, students is the recipients. So students are simple recipients in this method. teacher-centered style is considered a style of instruction that is formal, controlled. Now these are the keyword: formal, controlled, autocratic. Autocratic. Why teacher-centered is autocratic? Because in autocratic method, teacher itself is the one who decides that what would be the content, how it would be transferred, and what students would be learning. So how, what and when students would be learning what content, everything is decided by the teacher under the teacher centered method. Whereas student centered approach is newer one, where learning is a process of discovery. See, स्टूडेंट सेंटर्ड में क्या होता है कि जस्ट लेट्स से एक एक्सपेरिमेंट है, हम यूजुअली स्कूल्स में भी करते हैं, लेबोरेटरी में जाते हैं, एक्सपेरिमेंट साइंस का एक्सपेरिमेंट करते हैं, तो क्या होता है उसके अंदर में स्टूडेंट्स जो भी रिएक्शन, जो भी केमिकल रिएक्शन कर रहे हैं, जो भी एक्सपेरिमेंट कर रहे हैं, दे ऑब्जर्व देमसेल्फ, दे डू इट एंड दे डिस्कवर, ओ रियल ऐसा होता है. सो दैट इज अ काइंड वेयर द स्टूडेंट्स आर एक्टिव. They are using their ability to think, they are using their ability to discover something. वो अप्रोच को हम कहते हैं स्टूडेंट सेंटर्ड अप्रोच. सो स्टूडेंट डेवलप देयर एबिलिटी टू यूज द इंफॉर्मेशन, टीचर यूज एंड फैसिलिटेट स्टूडेंट्स. नाउ इसका मतलब क्या है, टीचर यूज एंड फैसिलिटेट स्टूडेंट. सी, टीचर सेंटर्ड में टीचर ही डिसाइड करता है कि कैसे करना है, क्या करना है, कितना पढ़ना है. लेकिन स्टूडेंट सेंटर्ड में जहां पे स्टूडेंट्स एक्टिव हैं, उनको जहां पे भी प्रॉब्लम आएगा, जब भी प्रॉब्लम आता है, उनको इंफॉर्मेशन फैसिलिटेट करना, उनकी हेल्प करना, उनको डेवलप करना कि ये चीज यहाँ पे इसलिए प्रॉब्लम आ रही है क्योंकि आपको ये नहीं पता है, आप ऐसा कीजिए. सो दैट इज फैसिलिटेटिंग द स्टूडेंट्स फॉर डेवलपमेंट ऑफ देयर नॉलेज स्किल्स. Hence, this is also called as collaborative method. Learner-centered teaching style is a style of instruction that is responsive, collaborative, problem-centered and democratic, in which both students and instructor decide how and what and when learning occurs. So collaborative, why? Because both together. Responsive, they are responding. Students are not only passive, they are active, responding to the things what is happening. Why problem centered? Because they are discovering something, they are trying to understand the issues, they are trying to understand the content. Fine. So now there are different methods or different ways of teaching used in teacher centered and learner centered. Other than this, there can be a mixed strategy where both the methods can be used. So when it comes to larger group of the people, when there are large number of the people and they need to be imparted with the learning or teaching is to be done, lectures, team teaching, TV or video presentation can be done. When it comes to the small group, so it may be like 8 to 10 people or 10 to 15 people like this. So group discussion, seminar, panel discussion, brainstorming, project method or tutorials, case study, role play, simulation, demonstration. These all methods are also the part of the training and development which are used in the organization. What is the group discussion? Where the members, participant, they are given the topic, they discuss over it. What is seminar? There is a presentation. So panel discussion, brainstorming, we would be studying all of those methods as well whenever we have such questions. Learner centered. Now when there is an individual, so learner centered is like I myself as a learner will be doing it individually. So I am doing my tutorials individually, I am doing my assignment, I am given the project work, case study, programmed instruction, computer assisted learning, interactive video, open learning, personalized system, heuristic method. So this all are different methods of instruction which are followed for the teacher centered and the learner centered. Sometimes there is a question which is being asked like which of the following differentiate the teacher centered and person centered learning process. So this person centered is nothing but your learner centered or the student centered. There are different names but they are one and the same. So these are the difference between the teacher centered learning and the person centered learning. You can go through by yourself. They are comparatively easy to learn by yourself. Now, another question. What are the various salient features of formative evaluation? Now, this question is again, you can say from teaching aptitude itself. this is talking about that whenever a teaching is imparted, for example, I'm teaching you certain course or certain topic, I need to evaluate it whether it is being imparted correctly or not. Are the students getting the knowledge what I am trying to teach? क्या उनको समझ में आ रहा है, किस लेवल तक समझ में आ रहा है, और अगर नहीं समझ में आ रहा है तो उसका सोल्यूशन क्या है, इसके लिए इवैल्यूएशन जरूरी है. सो नाउ इवैल्यूएशन के भी अलग टाइप्स हैं. द क्वेश्चन इज अबाउट फॉर्मेटिव इवैल्यूएशन. What are the various salient features of formative evaluation? It provides feedback to the teachers to use teaching strategies according to the needs of the learners. It helps learner to actively and continuously engage in learning. It helps in enhancing and learning the abilities of learner. It contributes to overall grading and certification of learner. It sums up how much a student has learned over a period of time. So you can pause the video and answer it and check yourself. The answer for this is option 3. Basically, if I have to differentiate, we can define or we can differentiate the two types of evaluation as formative and summative. There are two more, we'll come to that. Remember, summative and formative evaluation are related to your learning. I mean to say, whatever I am learning, whatever is being imparted as in teaching on me, am I getting that information correctly or not? Formative evaluation is periodical. It is an internal assessment. It is something evaluating the learning on your periodic basis. जो आपके यूनिट टेस्ट होते थे ना स्कूल में 6-6 महीने पे 2-2 महीने पे, वो आपका फॉर्मेटिव इवैल्यूएशन है. समेटिव इवैल्यूएशन का मतलब पूरा जो फाइनल एग्जाम जब आपका होता था, समेटिव लास्ट में ओवर द पीरियड ऑफ द टाइम आपने लास्ट में कितना कंज्यूम किया फाइनल एग्जाम, वो आपका समेटिव इवैल्यूएशन है. यानी पूरी टीचिंग को इम्पार्ट करने के बाद में सब कुछ खत्म हो जाता है, तब आप समेटिव इवैल्यूएशन करते हैं, राइट. सो सबसे पहले इवैल्यूएशन का मतलब क्या? सो इवैल्यूएशन का मतलब होता है कि मैंने जो भी इम्पार्ट किया है उसका एनालिसिस करना और उससे इंटरप्रिटेट करना कि मैंने जो भी इंस्ट्रक्शन जो भी टीचिंग प्रोवाइड करी थी वो सही तरीके से उसी डायरेक्शन में हुई है या नहीं हुई है. सो इवैल्यूएशन इज अ सिस्टमैटिक प्रोसेस ऑफ कलेक्टिंग, एनालाइजिंग, interpreting the information to determine the extent to which instructional objectives are achieved. So now some of the comprehensive or most comprehensive definition given by Bivay. So sometime there may be a question asked about the author who has given the definition, below definition of the evaluation is given by whom. So evaluation is systematic collection. You collect all the data, information, interpretate of evidence leading as a part of process of judgment of a value with a view of action. Now evaluation basically have got 4 steps or 4 you can say elements. What are this? First you do a collective systematic collection. किसी भी evaluation को करने से पहले you will collect the information that how many students were there, what they have learned and so on. Then you interpretate it, give your judgment and take a action accordingly, right? So now this evaluation can be divided into 2 types, quantitatives and qualitative. Quantitative techniques are those techniques which are usually objective in nature, means they would be actually dealing with the facts. Qualitative techniques are your subjective in nature, which will try to give you overall at last. So within this quantitative we have placement and formative. Within the qualitative we have diagnostic and summative. What is placement evaluation? In placement evaluation का मतलब होता है कि ये एंट्री, जब भी एक स्टूडेंट को मुझे कोई भी टीचिंग इम्पार्ट करनी है, एट दी एंट्री लेवल उसका बिहेवियर क्या है, उसकी करंट स्किल्स और नॉलेज क्या है, उसके पास नेसेसरी नॉलेज है भी या नहीं उस पर्टिकुलर चीज़ को पढ़ने के लिए. दैट इज प्लेसमेंट इवैल्यूएशन. फॉर्मेटिव, जैसे कि मैंने आपको बताया, इट इज इंटरवल इवैल्यूएशन, इंटरनल इवैल्यूएशन. टाइम टू टाइम इवैल्यूएट करना कि वो पर्सन क्या स्कोर कर रहा है, क्या लर्न कर रहा है। इसके स्टेजेस होते हैं अलग अलग। मूविंग टू डायग्नोस्टिक इवैल्यूएशन, दिस इज अ इवैल्यूएशन जहाँ पे प्रॉब्लम क्या है, अगर वो लर्न नहीं कर पा रहा है तो उसके साथ प्रॉब्लम क्या है, वो प्रॉब्लम को इवैल्यूएट करना इज डायग्नोस्टिक इवैल्यूएशन। Summative evaluation is external evaluation. It is done at the completion of the course. जब कोर्स कंप्लीट हो जाता है तो लास्ट में किस एक्सटेंट तक उस पर्सन ने लर्निंग को इम्पार्ट किया या लर्न किया है, दैट इज समेटिव इवैल्यूएशन. फाइन. So for today only these two questions. Rest we will be doing it tomorrow.